So
okay, Manish, stay with me for a moment. You're saying the central government at that time was not responsible and no deal was struck with the US government. I've now got with me John Elliott. He's joining us live from London this evening. Thank you very much, Mr. Elliott. Mr. Elliott is one of the best known international journalists reporting out of India. He was reporting on the 1984 Bhopal gas tragedy. We're seeing Mr. Elliott, Gordon Strebe, the then Deputy Chief of Mission at the American Embassy in India, come out and make a statement saying the American government had reached an understanding with the Foreign Ministry in India that Warren Anderson will not be tried, he'll be allowed to go. You were on the ground at that time, you were seeing what was happening. Is that your understanding of events as well, Mr. Elliott?
Well, we as foreign journalists and Indian journalists too, we were all in Bhopal, and Warren Anderson flew in from America to Bombay, as it then was, and flew on to Bhopal. Arjun Singh heard that he was on his way and decided, whether he decided in conjunction with Delhi or on his own, I don't know, but he decided that Anderson should be arrested when he arrived in Bhopal. He organized the police into positions to be ready without telling them what they were going to do until the stopping flight had been into Indore and taken off. And once it had taken off from Indore, he then put the police in place and told them to arrest Anderson. Anderson then flew in on the plane, sitting beside Keshav Mahindra, and turned to Keshav as they landed and said, "How nice it is, it appears the police have sent an escort for us," assuming that it was a goodwill escort rather than one who was going to arrest him. He was then taken to the guest house, to the Union Carbide guest house, and we all massed at the front gates of the guest house to wait for him to come out. And shame on us all, he was whisked out of the back gate and onto the plane to Delhi, and then back on the government plane to Delhi, and back to America. And I can't vouch at this point about exactly what happened, but we had no doubt at the time that that was done in conjunction with the central government. Arjun, I gather Pranab Mukherjee has said that he had to be got out of Bhopal because there could have been civil unrest if he'd been seen there, and that's logical. But obviously that wasn't as a reason for flying him out of India back to America. So that decision was clearly taken by the central government, and as my memory serves me, we all believed it was Rajiv Gandhi as the Prime Minister who would have taken that decision.
Manish Tiwari, would you like to respond to this? This again is not a victim from Bhopal saying this. This is not the BJP saying this. This is an independent journalist who is reporting from Bhopal saying he has absolutely no doubt in his mind that it is the Rajiv Gandhi government and the Prime Minister himself who took that decision to have Warren Anderson flown out.
Let's add one thing more. There was no law and order disturbance reported around Bhopal.
Well, I don't think that Nirmala has any legs to stand on, because you have a case where their Attorney General, Mr. Soli Sorabji, reversed his opinion at the behest of an opinion which was then given by an American law firm. So therefore, I don't think the Bharatiya Janata Party has any legs to stand on. They are completely
exposed. That's about extradition. Let's talk about the sending out of Mr.
Nirmala,
Anderson.
please do not interrupt. Nirmala, please do not interrupt. I've heard you out. I've heard you out in entirety. Hold your horses. You'll get your time also.
I'm sure I will get.
I don't think that you'll get your time. So therefore, they have no legs absolutely to stand on. If they were so serious about an extradition,
Manish Tiwari,
they would have gone ahead.
John Elliott, who was in Bhopal at that time, has said that there is no way that Warren Anderson could have flown out of India if Rajiv Gandhi, the then Prime Minister, had not allowed it. You're saying that that is not true. Respond to what Mr. Elliott is saying.
Rahul, that's pure conjecture. That is complete conjecture. That is Mr. Elliott's understanding of the situation. If there was any kind of a deal to guarantee anybody safe passage, there would have been no question of registering an FIR in the first place.
Sir, it's not only Mr. Elliott, Manish, it's not only Mr. Elliott, it's Gordon Strebe as well. The then Deputy Chief of Mission at the American Embassy, who is saying exactly the same thing. There are too many coincidences all happening together. All of them cannot be conjecture, Manish.
Rahul, don't try and force the pace of a discussion in a particular direction. If you ask a question, have the patience to hear the other person out. Let us also not forget, out of the same arrest process, you have convictions which have taken place. So therefore, if one person decided to abscond and not submit himself to the process of law, yes, it's a systemic weakness. We must realize as to what it is, rather than do this finger pointing.